Hey fellas, Meat Trapper here. This is the first in a series of videos on gardening. I was in the store the other day buying salad greens when I realized that I was paying about $9 a pound for leaves. Now that's insanity. There's no telling how many thousands of miles away these leaves were grown and then shipped across the country to me. And I thought, I can do better than that. I can grow this myself. Now, in years past, I've fooled around a little bit. I've grown some tomatoes, I've grown some cucumbers, that sort of thing, but I decided to get serious about it this year. The first thing I realized was that I didn't know what I was doing. That's the great thing about YouTube, is you can learn just about anything if you find the right mentor. And I'd like to mention a good friend of mine, Michael Luck, who runs a channel on YouTube, does some beaver trapping, among other things. Michael has been instrumental in getting me off to the right start. He's answered countless emails, and he's been a true friend. And Michael, I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and I'm in your debt. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to share my journey of learning how to provide my own produce, and perhaps this will be of use to others as well. Thanks a lot, and let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 3 boxes right along here. I've made these out of 1x6s, and I'm just, since my yard is sloped, I'm having to dig them in a little bit. And boxes are very simple, they're very cheap. The 2x4s that extend down, they get dug into the ground and anchored down to protect the box from bowing out a little bit. And we'll see if that's going to be enough protection on the bowing, or if I'm going to have to add to it. Okay, I've got all of my boxes dug in and secured. The next step is to line them with cardboard, and I've already got one box. I've got the cardboard down. I've got to go get some more and flatten it out. Then I'll water the cardboard down until it's sopping wet. And the next thing is I'm going to put about 4 inches of leaf mulch down in there. Basically, we've got huge piles of leaves all through the neighborhood, and I'm going to run the lawnmower over it, chop it up, get it chopped up real fine, put it down in there, get it good and wet. Okay, I've got the boxes filled with the leaf mulch, and you can see not all of it's chopped up completely, but a lot of it is. It's pretty fine mixture. I've got about 6 inches of it in here because I believe that's going to compact down, and I think that'll work out pretty good. But that was all free. That was just taken from piles of leaves on the side of the street here in the neighborhood. Ran over it with the lawnmower and dumped it in. I sprinkled a couple of handfuls of ammonium sulfate, high nitrogen fertilizer, into each box to encourage the composting a little bit. Okay, we've got our compost. This is a half yard, and I'm going to use this in my mix. And so it's time to get started. I got to shovel it out, and I've got a large tarp spread out. Then when I get my topsoil, I'll start mixing. Fortunately, I got my helper there, Ellie, and she's going to make sure that everything goes according to plan. And hopefully we'll get our boxes finished up today. It's a nice sunny day. It's a good day to get started. It's getting dark and it's been a long day, but the boxes are full. Now that doesn't look like a whole lot of work, but trust me, unloading 2 truckloads of compost and topsoil, then mixing them by hand in a wheelbarrow with the shovel, and then loading the boxes up is a lot of work. But last step we'll do tomorrow, and that is lay the black plastic down. I'm going to use black plastic as a moisture control, and I'm just going to tack it down or staple it down across all 3 boxes, and then I'll plant directly through the black plastic. Well, here's the finished product. As you can see, I've got the black plastic stretched across the boxes. They've been filled with soil, and I've just stapled them down. And what I'll do is I'll plant directly through the plastic. And the plastic is going to serve as a moisture control. Number one, it's going to keep the moisture in during the dry periods, and then when we have these torrential rains, hopefully it will keep a lot of that water out. So the goal is to try and have a uniform moisture level at all times and to minimize how much I have to water. So we'll see how that works out. I've never tried this before, but it comes highly recommended, and we'll see how it does.